Hi, it's Teresa, Keto Fat Girl No More. It is December the 2nd, 2021, and it's probably been a year and a half since I posted a video. So first off, I want to apologize for not posting any videos and letting you guys know about my keto journey and letting you guys know about my life, because that's what my channel has always been about, just brutal honesty, letting you guys know everything I'm going through. So, sorry about my voice. It's raspy. I've had the flu all week. I look horrible, but I've just really felt like strongly that I needed to come on here and do a video and let you guys know what's been going on in my life. Let me get a drink. Hold on. I should be drinking some tea with lemon and honey, but I'm drinking coffee with heavy whipping cream, and that's probably the worst thing I could be doing because I have a bad cough. Speaking of it. Anyways, okay, so first of all, when everything hit the fan, that's about the time that I got a job. So I started working, and I was working nights, and I was exhausted, and I would sleep during the day, and I worked until 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then come home and sleep for a couple hours, and then take Abby to school, then lay down for a couple more hours, then pick her up from school, and then make dinner for her and Ruben, and then go back to work. And it was like crazy. I hadn't worked for like a year, and so I just wasn't used to it. And it kind of threw me off my game, and I stopped tracking like I had been. I had tracked for probably 2.5, 3 years. So tracking is a huge thing for me, and I stopped. And so I started overeating. I always ate keto pretty much this whole time. I won't lie and say I haven't cheated, because of course I have. But I always ate keto. I just probably ate too much fat. So, excuse me. But anyways, I was working through the whole, I don't know what to say. I know we're not supposed to say certain words on here, but you know, through the whole catastrophe, I worked full time because I was doing home health care. I was taking care of a lady with dementia, and then I started working for the county doing it. And so I did that for like a year, and I just worked, and then as I was working, I was noticing that the pounds were creeping on, but there would be times where I would try to be stricter or try to not eat after 7 like I did in the beginning. And it was just a struggle. It was a struggle. First of all, my husband always was bringing home stuff that I like that was bad, and it would tempt me. And, you know, nothing, I'm not trying to talk bad about my husband, but he loved his sweets, and it was really hard. So I kind of, by the summertime, this summer, I was working a lot of hours, and just, I was eating like protein bars at work, like take one to work with me. And then I was intermittent fasting. I was just probably overeating at nighttime because I didn't eat, you know, that much during the day. And I was really, really hungry from everything I was lifting and just everything I was doing during the day, because I've worked for numerous ladies this past year and a half trying to find a right fit. And then I finally found the right fit. And I worked for her for, since February. And then I never got, I'll just say the V, okay? Because I know we're not supposed to say certain things. So I never got the V because I felt like it needed more testing. And I was worried about that. So I finally got I don't know what's a word. I finally got it, okay? And my daughter had went out of town, and she came back, and everybody that went with her, they all came back with it. This was the first week of August of 2021. So she comes back, and all of you that have followed me over the years know that my husband was sick on and off, in and out of the hospital. He had liver disease, and we both ended up with, I don't even know what to call it, but we both got it, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. And we were really, really sick, but my husband was way sicker than me because he had an underlying condition. So on the day that we were, I'm going to try my hardest not to cry. I'm sorry, guys. The day that we were supposed to be, our quarantine was up. He was so sick, and I literally had been doing everything that I possibly could think of to get him well. You know, I know a lot of home remedies, and I was doing everything the doctor was saying, but I kept telling the doctor I thought he had pneumonia, and the doctor was not listening to me. So I kept yelling at my husband and telling him, I've got to get you to the hospital. You've got pneumonia. And he didn't. He wouldn't. And finally on day 9 of him being diagnosed, I got him to the hospital, and he went to that special unit where they're supposed to, you know, give you all these medications and stuff and possibly get you well and you come home to your family. I'll just say that I had arguments with the doctors because they wouldn't do what I asked them to do. And because they didn't do what I asked them to do, my husband got sicker. And they let him out on day 16, and he came home. And if anybody wants to message me, I'll let you know exactly what I'm talking about. But those of you that know about this stuff probably already know. They gave him R, and I wanted them to give him I, and they wouldn't listen to me, and I argued with them. And R is only supposed to be given to the patient when they've had, you know what, in the first 3 days. And he was already on day 9, and they gave him R for 7 days. And I begged them. I was on the phone crying, begging them to take him off of that because I knew it caused organ failure. And they argued with me and tried to make me feel like I was stupid. And anyways, he came home on the 16th day, and he was supposed to be getting better. He was on oxygen, and he didn't get better. A week and a half later, he was on here on YouTube making a video, giving his testimony about being in the hospital. If you guys want to watch it, just punch in Ruben Morales Lighthouse Ministries, and you can watch his testimony. He's got like a aqua colored sweatshirt on, and he's got the oxygen tube in his nose, and he gave his testimony. And later on that night, I came home from work. I worked all day, and I came home, and he told me his stomach was hurting really, really bad, and he felt like he needed to vomit. So I got him something to vomit in, and he couldn't. So he said, well, maybe I need to use the restroom. So I took him to the restroom, and it wasn't that. So he got on the couch, and he wouldn't let me leave his sight, and I was so tired and irritable. I had been working full time, and I hadn't ate anything all day long, and I was like, can I just get a shower and grab something to eat, and I'll come sit with you? And he was like, I need you to come sit with me. I'm scared. I need you with me. So I stayed with him for about maybe 30 minutes, and then he told me, go ahead, grab yourself something to eat really quick and take a quick shower. Just come right back. So I took like literally the fastest shower in my life. Didn't wash my hair, just rinsed my body off. Grabbed some cottage cheese and a Coke Zero and sat down next to him, and I held his hand, and at one point he grabbed me and he said, come here, and I was like right in front of his face, and he said, tell me you love me. And I said, babe, I love you so much. And then a couple minutes later he said, you're tired, huh? It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I said, yeah, I'm really, really tired, because every night I was up all night checking on him because that oxygen machine was loud. It was hard to sleep. And I was worried about him, that he was going to stop breathing. So I would be up all night checking on him and then have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And I didn't get off until that night, I think at 5 or 6. And I hadn't ate nothing. I was exhausted, irritable, like I said. So he goes, well, let's go to bed. I'm going to go to bed with you tonight, because he had been sleeping in the other room because the machine was so loud. But that made it worse, because then I was getting up all night, walking to the room to check on him, along with our German Shepherd walking back and forth, checking on Daddy. So this is probably going to have to be part 1, because I'm going to have to cut this video off soon. I didn't think it was going to be this long. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, he tried to get up and he lost consciousness and he fell in my hallway. And I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'll come back with part 2. Okay?